Okay, so welcome to Friday Mat. You can all come to standing. And let's begin with just a little fluid body work. If you're wearing leg weights, you'll be a little more grounded in your fluid body work. Let yourself sway side to side and let your shoulders move and let your shoulders lead your spine. Okay. So do you see how my shoulder's going? And then vertebrae by vertebrae, let your spine move side to side. So we're trying to get some release side to side. Now, if you have scoliosis, you might want to be moving more in a helix. And for all of you, that might feel good. So if this feels like, oh, there's resistance one direction, let yourself kind of go at a diagonal and see if you can find the place where you're like, oh, yeah. That stretch is between the vertebrae. And then you might want to try the other diagonal. And you may come a little more front to back and then a little more side to side, looking for ways to release tension along the spine. And then allow your arms to swing gently around, some gentle twisting in the spine. Because we really want a fluid, mobile spine along with the strength we're working towards. So it's finding that beautiful balance between stability and fluidity. And to really have healthy fluidity, we need to understand the stability. So feel it into the four corners of your feet, spread across your transverse arch, big toe to pinky toe, and then plant your back heels and let yourself roll forward on your toes and roll back towards your heels and feel across your foot and how you create balance forward to back. And this is across your feet. You kind of lean forward, lean back. Feel how your feet work differently to help you keep the balance. And find that place right in the middle. And feel, okay, now am I just stable and strong right here? Soft knees. Pelvis sinking into earth. Those of you who do Qigong, you'll recognize this. Find your shoulder blades, one and then the other, wide on your back body. So we are not pinching them together. We are not drawing them down the back. We are bringing them like loving hands onto the backs of our shoulders. You may feel a subtle stretch in the front chest. Now notice, do you feel like your head is an inch or two in front of your shoulders? Let your head rest back and imagine there's a hook under the base of your skull that's lifting you skyward. Rest back into that hook and that lengthening as you root your tail. Feel into the neutral curves of your spine. And if you've stiffened to get here, see if you can soften into this position. Invite in a three-dimensional breath. Now, you don't have to work to have your skull lifted because that hot air balloon at the base of your skull is lifting you, which will release your chin down slightly and your hyoid bone back and in at a diagonal. It's horseshoe prongs reaching up towards the base of your skull. Now, gently activate the banks of your river. So from your outer hips, gently hug in towards midline. From your outer legs, gently hug in towards midline. Even from the outer shoulder, gently towards midline. And again, let the hot air balloon lift you. And your tailbone release as if there were a heavy anchor attached to it. Come back to your three-dimensional breath. Some of the best work we can do for ourselves is to really work on an open posture where our heart can lead the way. Our head is not in front of our heart. Our head is resting back. And we're strong from low ribs to hip pointers. But then we can relax into this gentle hug from side to side and feel our center channel. Breathe up and down the center channel. Shoulder blades wide, but magnetized onto the back. This may turn your palms forward. Hyoid bone resting in and up. And you might just start to feel like, okay, that's work in my back body. Or, wow, one side of my neck's working more than the other. Try to release that if you feel that tension, but keep the back work. Because yes, you are strengthening around your shoulder blades. To keep them on the back body, you are stretching your pec minor. I can almost guarantee it. Now, see if you can maintain this lift of your heart, this magnetism on your shoulders, the resting back of the hyoid bone, and walk gently around your room. Imagine your heart is leading the way. Let your heart be the guide, not your head. Your head rests back. Your shoulder blades stay strong on the back. And if you want to look down at the floor so you don't trip on any of your props, let it be from a nod of your head, not a lean of your spine. I can nod my head so I can look all the way down and see my toes. And then I can nod my head back up and look at the horizon with my heart still leading. Shoulder blades still strong on your back. Don't lose your front square. So to keep your shoulder blades on your back, a lot of us will flare our ribs or throw our hips forward. Let your heart lead. You don't have to pull your arm bones way back like you're in military posture. Let your shoulder blades be wide, magnetized, but not overly strong. This is what we want to come back to at the end of our work today. And this is what we want to practice this weekend. Okay, nice, everyone. I love the shoulder blades back, heart forward. Okay, let's come to lying down on our mats. If you want leg weights, please bring them in. Have your Gertie ball, both TheraBands, hand weights, your bolster, and lie on your back. Let's begin with the abdominal core. Take a deep inhale. Exhale through your straw. You're laying in constructive rest. You're not in Shavasana. Knees are pointed towards the sky, so your psoas can relax. Take a deep inhale. Exhale through your straw. Lift the pelvic floor. Lift the breathing diaphragm. Hug in the transverse abdominis. Keep your neutral curves to your spine. Shoulder blades still on the back. Head of the arm bones resting into the hug of gravity. Make sure you have your Pilates square. You're not flaring your ribs. Every exhale, lift the pelvic floor, lift the breathing diaphragm, hug the transverse abdominis. Your gaze is perpendicular to the floor. So here we are again in our healthy upper back posture. We are practicing good posture the whole time we're on our backs. Exhale, float one leg to tabletop. Inhale, float it down light as a feather. So those of you exhale up and inhale down who want to begin with leg weights but don't want to do a full class with them, this is a great place to start just on your own at home. Slowly exhaling one leg up and inhaling it down light as a feather. And really, it's that inhaling down where you're resisting the lowering. You're getting an eccentric contraction of your psoas, your hip flexors, where they're lengthening as they work. And that is really nice work for our muscles. So you're just adding a little weight to that, keeping your shoulders grounding. Now, next time you exhale one leg up, pause, take an inhale, exhale the other leg up to join, and bring your heels together, knees wide, and toe dip. One foot past the other at the diagonal and the other way. Keep your Pilates square strong and move slowly, inhaling down and exhaling up. Again, the inhale down is your eccentric contraction where the muscle is lengthening as it works. Fluid breath. Shoulders still grounded, arms relaxed, jaws and eyes relaxed. Make sure you're not bending at the knee. A few of you are bending at the knee. I want to see the movement from your hip. Fluid breath. Yeah, there you go. Come back up. Hug your knees in, circle them wide apart and back together again. And take your circles the other way. Fluid breath. Hugging your knees in. Breathe into your low back. Deep breaths. Now reach for your Gurdie ball and place your Gurdie ball against your front knee. Press your hands through the Gurdie ball into the femur bone as you lengthen your left leg. Shoulders still remain back, collar releasing, and switch and switch, switch and switch. Pressing the ball into your femur as you hug in the banks of your river and lengthen out the other leg. Here we are working on our main hip flexor still and stabilizing through the abdominal core. You can even lift the pelvic floor into your body. And come both knees in, wrap them around the ball, place your hands on your kneecaps. Toe dip your knees, reach your wrists away, and tap. And inhale out and exhale in. When you dip, make sure you're not flaring your ribs. Keep your Pilates square strong. Fluid breath. For a little more work, you would keep your knees at a right angle. Some of you have brought your heels towards your buttocks. Keep your shins up. Keep your knee at a right angle. There you go. Good. Fluid breath. Now, bring your legs back up, femurs perpendicular to the floor, and place your hands behind your head. Exhale, reach your right elbow towards the sky, right shoulder blade off the mat, and pulse your right elbow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and down. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and down. Now let's add a pulse of the ball with the knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and down. 3, 1, 2, 3, and down. 1, 2, 3, and down. Keep pulsing the ball. 1, 2, and down. 1, 2, and down. Lift the elbow for 1 and down. 1 and down. Press the ball and down. Press and release. Lift and lower. Make sure you're not lifting with your chin. Your head is resting heavy into your hands. Your head and neck aren't having to do the work. It's your core that's working. It's your obliques that are helping you twist to lift that shoulder blade off the floor. And come back to center. Release the ball from your knees and lengthen your legs up. Bring the right leg overhead, ball behind the right leg, and then the left. And figure eight the ball around your legs. Now nod your nose towards your mouth. Almost lift from the top of your forehead. And everybody stay here a moment. Those of you who can, lift your head off the floor just so you could slide a sheet of paper under it. Work right here. This is actually more work for your neck flexors than if you lift your head. Point your toes. Stretch the fronts of your feet. And point your toes and take the ball the other way. Whoops, my ball got away from me. Fluid breath. You can lift your head off the floor now, lengthen up through your crown if that's accessible to you. Flex your feet. Take the ball the other way again. Really reach out through your heels. And come back in. Release the ball. Hug your knees into your chest. Circle the knees wide apart and back together again. Come back to tabletop and toe dip one leg towards the floor. Come back up. Shoulders are broad, palms up. Pilates square strong. Feel into your healthy posture. Let your hyoid bone rest back. Gaze perpendicular. Some of you will toe dip both legs. Make sure you're not bulging your belly towards the sky as you toe dip. Shoulders are magnetized down. Your front square has to be strong to toe dip both legs, and you don't have to go far. Make sure you're not using momentum to come back up. Some of you will straighten your legs, Pilates V, flex and lower, point and lift. Flex and lower, point and lift. Think of your good posture. Keep your back body open on the mat and feel how you can strengthen as you work. It takes awareness to keep your legs, especially if you have leg weights on, from going too far and causing the back to really have to overwork. Now, bend your knees in, circle your knees wide apart and back together again. Okay, nice abdominal core work strengthening. Take your circles the other way. So now let's strengthen the back. Feet to the floor, head on the floor, arms and robot arms. Inhale, float your pelvis. Exhale, release it down and inhale and exhale. Now even here, your shoulders are broad. Create a strength across your back body to each shoulder. Create a strength from the head of your arm bone to your elbow. Let it be an even strength. Don't push harder with your elbows. Lift your pelvis, lift right hip and then left and right and left. Swing across and still feel the strength in your upper back, the ability for your head and even your eyeballs to rest back in your skull, even as you work your back and your hips. Come to center and pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and hold. Hug your heels towards your sit bones. Feel your hamstrings. Take a few fluid breaths while you hold the heel hug towards your buttocks. 3-dimensional breaths. Now press your heels straight down. Lift your hips a little higher. And then lower your hips to the floor. And inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Fluid breath. Fluid movement. And lower your hips to the floor. Lift your left foot towards the sky. Really ground into the four corners of your right foot. Lift across the pelvis and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Now lift and pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Flex your foot and lower. Point your toe and lift. So this is basic work, but we are doing a good job of continually strengthening across our hips when we do this one-legged work. And if that feels like too much, you're doing great strengthening on both legs. Lift the foot back up and pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and lower. And step down. And inhale, lift your pelvis, both feet on the floor. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift and swing right hip and then left hip. So those of you who want back body strengthening, we're really doing it here. The whole backside. Now come to neutral and pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hug your heels towards your buttocks. Feel into your hamstrings working. 3-dimensional breath. Feel strong across your back body and back into your shoulders and lower down. Draw your right leg up towards the sky and lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower and lift and pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Flex your foot and lower. Point your toe and lift. Stay strong in the four corners of your grounding foot. Make sure you have 3 arches. Remember, your foundation is across your back, down your arms, and in that one standing leg. You have a secondary foundation across your pelvis. Lift the leg and pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and lower. And step down. And lift your pelvis. And lower. And lift. And lower. Lift and swing right and left. Right and left. Right and left. Pulse center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hug your heels towards your buttocks. Lift your heart. Broad across your back. Strong from shoulder to elbow. Breathe now into your heart center. Buoy the heart. Reach the pubic bone away from your heart. Stretch your tailbone away from your low back ribs. And lower your pelvis. Rest your arms, palms up, shoulders back. Come back to your three-dimensional breath. Feel for all three dimensions of the torso opening. On your next exhale, exhale through the straw. Lift your pelvic floor, lift your breathing diaphragm, hug in your transverse abdominis, and then inhale. Exhale through your straw, lift pelvic floor, lift breathing diaphragm. Shoulders stay broad. Fluid breath. A couple more breath cycles. One more. And relax your eyes, your jaw, and roll yourselves over and come up onto hands and knees. Okay, hands and knees, bring in a hand weight if you would like to. And we'll do a little myofascial sling work. Inhale your cow. And exhale your hissing cat. Inhale your cow. And exhale your hissing cat. Fluid breath. Take your time. Find length in each position. Nice. I really like the fluidity I'm seeing in some of your spines. Beautiful. And those of you modifying, good choices. Okay, come to neutral. Now again, feel for broad shoulders. Think of where your hyoid bone is in space. So you may gently bring your chin towards your collarbones, lengthen the back of your neck. Think of that elongated curve. And lift your left foot up behind you and press the sole of your foot towards the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pause there. Broad across your shoulders, long neck, and just hinge your knee under your body, cat curl your spine, look towards your knee. And then lift all the way back up, press on the ceiling, and hinge, look at knee, and press on the ceiling. So you're not looking up with the head, you're just looking still out like you're snorkeling. But let your femur bone really move in the hip socket like we do when we're doing our pendulums. One more. And come under with your leg. Now open it like a dog at the fire hydrant and release it. I'm looking for a level pelvis, okay? And not a lift of the hips. So I'm watching you now. Beautiful posy, fluid breath. Yeah, good job. I see people trying not to go too far. That looks great, Karen. Fluid breath. Yep, really solid, Susie. Fluid breath. Yeah, good length in your spine, Jill. Shoulders relax away from ears. Good, Mom. That's a great modification. Release your collar a little bit. Fluid breath. There you go. Good. Okay, let's try the other side. So you all have tabletop really down. I see you really working to not lift that hip and knock the vase of flowers off your back. This is really important. Feel the stability in your whole spine. Taking your leg out like a dog at the fire hydrant. Yep. Other side. Trying not to lift too high so that that buttock lifts and rolls. Really ground into your standing leg. Really stabilize it. Remember, it's the stability that allows for fluid movement. Good. Okay. Now come back down. All right. Take the hand weight in your, I can't remember what side you were just doing, the opposite of the other side. So switch sides and, with your legs and take the hand weight in the opposite hand and float your arm and your leg out and lower and touch and lift. So the arm is lifting, the leg is lifting, and I'm still looking for a long spine. Good. Stay strong in your square. Keep your gaze down. Keep the hand on the floor active. Fluid breath. And this time when you lift, hold. Keep long spine. Make sure you're not hyperextending the elbow to stay strong. Strength without a hyperextended joint. And release. And take it to the other side. As you're ready, take your arm out, your leg out, and lower. Create space around the joint, and lower. Long spine, vertebrae reaching away from vertebrae. Inhaling and exhaling. Each finger pad gently drawing in towards your palm. Lift and hold. Lengthen your neck out of your collar. Shoulder blades strong, connected to lifted buttock. And release. And inhale your cow again. And exhale your hissing cat. Okay, so here let's move into some different kinds of plank work. If it's okay for you to stay on your hands, do so. If not, remember you can bring in your blocks and place your forearms on your blocks and still do some of this work. Or you could have a little higher footstool. Okay, so activate your finger pads in towards your palms so that you protect your carpal tunnel. And from your tabletop position, roll your toes under and just lift your knees. Here you are in your bear. Okay, you're in your bear position. Now, see if you can lift one foot off the floor, put it down, lift the other. One foot and then the other. Keep your knees as low as you can. Feel what's working in your core. It's a whole body motion. Now put both feet on the floor, sway. See if you can almost lift one hand or lift one hand, sway to the other side. Fluid breath, like you're a bear walking. Keep your knees low. Now see if you can almost lift one hand in the opposite foot and the other side and the other side, the other side. Even if you don't lift them off, you're swaying your body weight like you're walking. And lower your knees. And inhale your cow. And exhale your hissing cat. Come back into neutral. And bring your forearms to the floor. Palms together, elbows as wide as your shoulders. Step one foot back and then the other. Releasing into your low plank. Root your forearms into the floor. Reach your heels back and hug in the banks of your river. Fluid breath. Now, those of you who know your pelvis is a little bit lifted, if you have the strength, try to lower it a little bit. Yep, good, Posey. You too, Susie. Yep, really nice. So don't lengthen it to the point where you feel like you're over efforting in your back. But if you can lengthen it towards straight, that's okay. Fluid breath. For those of you with scoliosis, continue to really think of length. So Vicky, out the tailbone, through the crown. Yep, you too, Jill. Fluid breath. And roll yourselves back into a dolphin pose. Step your feet forward. Lift your hips. You can bend your knees because the most important thing is to keep a long spine. Yeah, that looks good. Fluid breath. Make sure you're not flaring your ribs towards the floor. Hug them in towards your hip pointers. Release the length of your neck. And release down. Beautiful. Knees to the floor. Hands still on the floor, hug in your finger pads. Roll your toes under, lift up into your downward dog. Okay, now remember, you could have your hands on your chair or your piece of furniture for your downward dog. Reach back to your hips and float one leg up behind you. Exhale, knee under heart as shoulders come over wrists and flow back and flow forward and back and forward. Three-legged dog to three-legged plank. Beautiful. Taking a look. Make sure you don't bring your shoulders over farther than your wrists. Yep, and one more. So mom, see if you can take a downward dog. Yeah, float your leg up and then bring it under your heart and then take it back. Yep, that's what you can do. Yep, fluid breath. Okay, let's try the other side. As you're ready, float your leg up behind you. Exhale, knee under heart. Float your shoulders over your wrists. Beautiful, Susie. Take it back. I like how you're all keeping a long neck as you hinge forward. You're not trying to look forward. Fluid breath. Yeah, nice length to your spine, Kathy. Good. And finish up. Lower your foot. Step back and bring in your bolster. Okay, let's lay the bolster down on our mats. Bring in your hand weights. For this, I recommend lighter hand weights. So I was using a 5-pound in the tabletop work, and now I'm going to use 2 pounds. Okay, so just to give you an idea. Low ribs at the front of your bolster supported. That's very important. You don't want your low ribs hanging off the bolster because here they're a part of your stability. Forehead on your block with a long neutral neck. Hand weights down by your hips. Palms face the bolster. Thumbs are towards the floor, pinkies towards the sky. Now smile your collarbones open. Root your pubic bone and reach your tailbone for your heels and float your pinkies up. And float your thumbs down. And inhale and exhale. Shoulder blades strong in your back. Lift and lower. Stay strong in your Pilates square. Point your toes back behind you, and if you'd like to, float your legs off the floor. This will be work in the backs of your legs. Now here it's important to stay broad across your shoulders. We're still doing postural alignment work. If you'd like to float your head off the block and imagine that you're laying back on the floor with your back body, then do so. And you'll notice if you start to cobra up. I don't want you to cobra up right now. Stay broad across your shoulders. Keep the head of your arm bones lifted. Long neck. Strong neutral spine. Okay, now take your arms out to the sides like wings, forehead back to the block, feet back to the floor. Lift the head of your arm bones, shoulder blades on the back, and float your hands off the floor. You may try it without weights first if you need to, and float back down. Okay, I'm coming in to watch you again. Keep the floating up and down. Beautiful lifted head of the arm bones, Susie, and really nice work not flinging your arms. It's best in this work if you have your arms long in a T, if that's possible for you. And it's better to have less weight and have your arms long because we're getting different sets of rhomboids. So if you have your arms out long in a T, you're getting a different portion of the rhomboids. Yeah, fluid breath. Yeah, and you don't have to lift up far. That's good, Mom. Don't feel like you have to lift your hand far. Just lift the head of your arm bone there. Good. Okay. Now bring your arms overhead. This is what I really want to watch. Leave your hand weights. Don't use your hand weights. And press your fingers down onto the floor for a moment. Lift the center palm. So you're creating a spider finger. Okay, so yes, there you go. Okay, lift the center palm as you root your fingers. And as you lift the center palm, lift your armpit. So yes, good. Find that lift to your armpit. Now, press down with your hands and draw your heart forward towards a cobra. Just drawing your head and neck up a little bit. Feel that activation and that stretch. For some of you, this might be the work you stay with. Others will release back down, turn your palms towards each other, lift your thumbs towards the sky, and lift your arms off the mat, and then back down. Yeah. And if that feels okay in your rotator cuff, remember you want to release your humerus bone down your torso as you do this work. Good, Posey. Fluid breath. Yep. Wide collar. Not feeling like you're pinching at the top of your shoulder, any of your muscle or tendon tissue. Yep, good. Now bring your arms back down by your sides with your hand weights. And again, root your pubic bone, lift pinky side of your hand towards the sky, shoulder blades strong on your back, and lower. Good. Keeping the collar open. So, Karen, I'd almost turn your block up one if it looks like your head is lower. Yeah. Yeah. And maybe that's just, oh, that looks too high. I'd go back down to the middle. Sorry. It looked like it might be better, but not quite. Yeah, keep lifting and lowering. Yeah, keep the head of the arm bone lifted, Posey. Yep, there you go. Fluid breath. And one more. And Mom, I wouldn't use hand weights yet. I would just use your arms and lift the head of your arm bone, not the wrist. The first work is to lengthen your elbow. Lengthen your elbow. There you go. And now lift. Okay. All right, take your hands out like wings. One more set as wings. Lifting, shoulder blades strong on your back and lowering. Yes, good, Posey. I saw you lift that under humerus. Yeah. So lengthen through the crown. That's better, Karen. Good job with the blanket. Fluid breath. Yeah, that looks really strong, Susie. I can't see everyone, so some of you aren't getting feedback, but that's the feedback I have today. These look good. Okay, now place your hands underneath your shoulders. Your heel of your hand can be down towards your chest. Your pinkies are under your shoulder. Yeah, what I'm looking for here is a humerus bone that's parallel to the floor. So you've got it, Posey. And I think part of the issue is your bolster's a little smaller, Karen. Reach your tailbone long. And now press down into your hands for a moment, like you're going to lift yourself through chaturanga towards upper plank. Yeah, just feel into that. Okay, now float your hands off the floor. Lift your heart forward and lengthen up into a baby cobra. And don't do it just by bending your neck. Feel your thoracic spine rolling up. There you go. Good. And you can lift your head a tiny bit more, Karen. Lengthen out through the crown. Yes. Mom, don't throw your chin forward. Keep the back of your neck long. There you go. Good. Fluid breath. And exhale, release down. Roll back into your downward dog. Now, some of you in your downward dog may even touch your forehead or your head to your bolster. That's okay. Walk your dog for a minute. And then let's come off the bolster and come into child's pose. Okay, so it was good for me to watch you. Thanks for asking, because it gives me a little better cueing in a way to have seen what's happening. Okay, so in your child's pose, stretch forward and walk your hands around to the right. Inhale, lengthen to your left side body. Really let it rest into the hug of gravity, fluid breath. And then walk your hands around to the left. Inhale, right side body length. Ground the right sit bone away from the fingertips of the right hand. Deep three-dimensional breath. And come back to center. Okay, let's reach for our foam roller and lay it down on the mat. If you'd like to use your hand weights, bring your blocks into either side of your roller and place your hand weights on top of them. Okay. And lay back on your roller. Now on your roller, the best place to start is just rolling side to side, allowing for a long spine. Those of you who have pretty accentuated scoliosis, may be better to lay on a bolster. Now here, one of the benefits of this position is that we can rest the arms back and stretch the pec minor. So palms up. It's the same as that super person pose we do against the wall, where we bring our fingernails back into the wall and lean our chest away. So long spine again, gaze perpendicular to the floor. We are still practicing healthy posture. Roll side to side of your spine, releasing the muscles just to either side of the spine. Now you can stay here with your arms back, or you can lift your hands palm facing palm towards the sky and reach the palm you're rolling towards a little higher, the fingertips a little higher. Well, actually, the roller's going to the opposite side. So you'll roll left and your right fingers reach towards the sky. Roll right and your left fingers reach towards the sky. And this will help you massage a little deeper into the thoracic spine. And some of you have tightness there. So this will help us release some of that tightness so that you can rest the head of your arm bones back more easily and rest your head back more easily. So keeping this thoracic spine fluid is important because we can calcify in the upper shoulder and upper spine and calcify into kyphosis, which we don't want to do. So we roll back and forth and we really massage this area. We're not rolling all the way out to our shoulder blade. We're actually rolling across the rhomboids, which we just worked. Fluid breath. But we're also rolling deeper in to where ribs kind of come close to vertebrae, and we're inviting all of that tissue to become a little bit more fluid. Okay, now take your arms overhead into a Y if that's possible for you. And then draw your elbows down until you make a W, your palms facing your ears. Pause here. Notice if there's a stretch in your front chest, in your armpit, down your arm. Now open your hands into a T, thumbs down, pinkies up, palms facing the top of the head. Feel into if there's any stretch for you. And then bring your elbows into your sides in the same position. So palms are still facing the top of the mat. Head of the arm bones rest back around the roller. You're in a deep external rotation. Now bring your palms towards each other like you're in robot arms and reach your hands for your hand weights. Lift your hand weights towards the sky. Come into a circle with your arms and open your beetle wings and close your beetle wings. Open and close. Open and close. Now, as you close your beetle wing, lift to one toe and lower down. Lift to the other toe, lower down. Perhaps float your shin, lower down. Float your other shin, lower down. Fluid breath. If you're still wearing your leg weights, you're going to have proprioceptive help because your body's going to know where that leg weight is. Fluid breath. If you're not wearing leg weights, maybe for a moment squinch up your toes or flex your foot in a funny way as you lift it so that your body's like, oh, there's a foot attached. That'll help you build proprioceptive awareness too. Okay, now see if you can float one leg up as you close your arms. And as you open your wings, extend that leg long and close your wings and bend your knee and lengthen and close. Good. Lengthen and close. Fluid breath. Let's do one more. And step it down. Lift your arms up towards the sky. Open into your Y. Let the head of your arm bone rest deep along your rib cage, wrists higher than arm bone. This helps build strength of arms into your torso. Now bend your elbows, form your W, palms facing your ears. If it's okay, open your arms out into your T and come into your L, and palms face each other, reach for the sky. Float your other, open into your circle, and open your circle, lift your knee. Close your circle, extend your leg. So we're doing it a different way. Open and close. Bend and extend. Fluid breath. Long spine. Gaze perpendicular to the floor. We're practicing healthy posture. Fluid breath. And and come back in. Lift your hand weight straight up towards the sky and just take your left arm out. Let the head of the arm bone come down first. Feel into the asymmetry. Float up to your opposite toe. Lift that knee and lengthen your leg out and bend your knee in. So you're holding kind of an L with your arms. One arm skyward, one arm out. The skyward arm's leg is straightening and bending. And step back down, arm back in. Take the other arm out to the side. Pause here. Make sure both shoulders are integrated, that you can control the weight you've chosen. And lift your knee. And lengthen your leg. And bend it in. So sometimes creating asymmetry in the myofascial web will actually help us create the tension we need to find balance. And step back down, arm back in. Release your hand weights. Lift your arms up towards the sky. Now draw your fingers in towards the center palm like you're creating tiger fingers in Qigong. Have your tiger fingers and make your circle for your beetle wings. And float one leg up as you open your beetle wings. Now float your foot and tap the foot down as you close your wings and lift the foot up. Flointed foot, active fingers towards the center palm will help us wake up our proprioception without weights. Now lift back up, hold your arms open, hold the leg open. See if you can straighten the leg at your 45 and come back in. Keep your flointed foot. And one more time. And relax your fingers and toes. Step your foot back down. Rest your palms on your femur bones. Take a few three-dimensional breaths as you roll back and forth side to side over your spine. If you'd like to, drape your arms open, palms up, allowing your pec minor to stretch. Okay, one more time. Circle your arms up, hug in your tiger fingers. Float to the other side toe and float your leg into tabletop. Float your foot and open your arms, tap your foot, close your arms, lift your leg. Open and tap, close and lift. Keep your tiger fingers. Fluid breath, feeling into how you create awareness in this myofascial web and stability. Now float up with your leg, close your arms, and open your arms. Hold them open with active energy. So in Qigong, we talk about creating that active energy like you could move in any direction against a force that's holding you. Keep that with your arms and extend the leg out and draw it in. And extend it out and draw it in. Fluid breath. Keep a floated foot. And two more. Last one. And step down, relax your toes and your fingers. Wave your fingers at the sky. Good. Roll back and forth across your roller. And when you're ready, roll to one side. Roll the roller out from under you. Move it out of your way. And pause on your back. Palms up, shoulders broad. Head of the arm bones resting back. Constructive rest with your knees. Feel across your pelvis. Feel this pelvis as a stable structure that can hold you as you create asymmetrical movement. Feel across your shoulders. Feel this line as a stability structure. Rest the head of your arm bones back. Feel into your Pilates square. Feel how you can stabilize the center area of your abdomen. Feel into the neutral curves of your spine. And with the shoulders resting back and broad, same with the pelvis, float one leg to tabletop. Float it down, land light as a feather. Feel your body broad and stable as you float the other leg up and float it down. Now exhale through your straw, lift pelvic floor, lift breathing diaphragm, hug transverse abdominis. Inhale slowly down, feel the eccentric contraction. Exhale up and inhale down, and notice if it's easier now, after all the other work we've done, to be broad and grounded as this one leg moves with fluid grace. If you need a blanket under your pelvis, you can have it there. Float one leg to tabletop, the other to join. Reach for your Gertie ball. Bring your right leg overhead, left leg long, and circle the ball behind the front hamstring and switch. And switch. Nod nose towards mouth and almost lift from the hairline. Notice if you're more aware of your back body, your front abdominal square, your long spine, point your toes. Can you connect your feet into your hips? Point your toes, take the ball the other way. Can you feel into the whole length of your leg down into the pelvis? And how this all connects in myofascially with your abdomen and your low back. Gently lift, if it's accessible to you, your head from the hairline and float up to look towards your legs. Remember, don't do this with osteoporosis. Flex the feet and switch directions with the leg. How much of your body can you be aware of here as you lengthen through your crown? And legs back together, release the ball. Step one foot to the floor and then the other. Arms into your robot arms, broad across your shoulders and pelvis. Float your pelvis. Make sure you don't have a pillow in. Float the hips down. Feel the strength of your back body move slowly. Broad shoulders. Awareness down the length of your humerus bone. Four corners of the feet grounding. Lift your toes, lift your arches. Float your pelvis up and swing right to left. Fluid breath, traction your pelvis away from your strong upper back. Feel how you can create space along the spine even as you work the back body. To traction the spine, you may need to draw your heels toward your buttocks a little, wake up the hamstrings. Pelvis away from shoulder girdle, gently undulating spine. Come back to center and lower down. Draw one knee into the chest and the other. Circle the knees wide apart and back together again. Stirring the femur bone in the hip socket. Take your circles the other way. Fluid breath. Set both feet on the floor, wide as your mat, and take your knees to the left, arms to a T or overhead, and stretch down the right leg. Deep three-dimensional breath, moving the myofascial web. We don't want to create stiffness from the work we've done. We want fluid strength. Exhale through center. Take your knees to the other side. Inhale, length through your left leg. Inner thigh, left inner thigh away from navel. And come back to center. And take a deep inhale. Exhale through your straw, lift pelvic floor, breathing diaphragm, hug transverse abdominis. See if you can smile and relax your shoulders as you breathe three-dimensionally and activate your inner core. All right, roll over onto one side and come up to standing. Organize your props out of your way a little bit. Come back to our original mountain pose. Open your feet wide on the floor. Feel your four corners. Release your tailbone and pubic bone evenly. Knees soft. Feel the breadth of your pelvis and your shoulders. Shoulder blades magnetizing onto the back, externally rotating the head of your arm bone. Let the highway bone rest in and up, and that hot air balloon lift you from the base of the skull. Rest your heels deep into the earth, your tailbone, and let that hot air balloon traction your natural curves. Relax into your three-dimensional breath. Exhale through your straw, lift pelvic floor, lift breathing diaphragm. Feel your transverse abdominis. Hug in the banks of your river gently. And with this awareness, gently walk around your space, the heart leading. Let the heart lead. Your Pilates square is strong. You can kind of lean back into your strong back body. Even your head can rest back. Let the heart lead the way. You're not throwing it forward. It's a gentle leader. And come back to your center spot. Feel into your strong, stable, well-aligned mountain pose. And let's inhale, draw in energy for a fantastic Friday and weekend for all of you. Thank you for your practice. Okay, how'd that feel?